you.
Right.
Which is a pretty easy thing to do. It's a real city where nobody's too good and everybody's good enough. And I've chosen to move my family here and live here. One of the things that Austin is growing extremely rapidly, one of the fastest growing cities in the nation. So in any small town with village values becomes a giant metropolis, you start getting a lot of people coming in that don't really know what you're about. So I've been on a campaign to sort of trade the values that make up Austin and keep Austin really cool and sell them to the people that are getting here and remind those of us that are from here that's what we love about this place so much. The reason I pick values, I mean, they're bipartisan, they're non-denominational. We can all agree on them. You and I don't have to agree on the subject, but we can agree on the values of, say, fairness or resilience or courage or patience, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm working on a campaign with that in the city and the university. And it's a great city with a lot of soul. And if any place can become a great big metropolis and still have village values that we all sort of admire and adhere to, Austin's that place for me.
Absolutely, yeah. When I went down to explore, I saw so much of Austin I've never even seen. You know, you're there, for me at least, it's in and out in each city, and being able to get to know some of the locals and see it from a different side, because every time I go, it's either a festival, it's off the city limits, so it's there's a lot going on, but there's a quiet side of Austin. There's also, like you said, there are forward thinking. There's no real rules, which is keeping Austin weird.
Keeps it weird, but it keeps it unique. You know, Austin's not a place that really looks outside of itself for someone to go, hey, you did good. I mean, people here, if you're a newcomer to Austin, one of the great things about it is if you start a business in Austin, nobody opens up their contact files quicker than Austin. Right. Nobody. If you have a really good idea, if someone has a great idea in Austin, they share it sooner with other people quicker than any place I've ever been to. You know, Austin as an international and tourist destination, we don't have the Pacific Ocean like California. We don't have Disney World. We don't have Niagara Falls. It's a people place. It's a vibe city. It's the feeling you get when you go out and you just run into strangers. And that's really what makes Austin so attractive.
Yeah, you said it, man. I can't wait to go back when all this is said and done.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
We'll be back. We'll be back. Oh, yeah. Better than ever. This is an interesting time. You know, I bet you're experiencing it. We're being forced to sort of, you know, reprioritize what means stuff, what means a lot to each one of us, you know. And then we've sort of, I call it a forced winter has been bestowed upon us, you know. Yep. We've been called to go in. We have to stay in. And what do you do in the winter? You hibernate. You take inventory. You think about who you've been, where you're going, what you're doing now. And overall, if there's some silver lining in all this, I hope that's one thing that I really do believe in. We're going to come out of this better as people all together, not just in Austin.
Absolutely. And how important it is for people to be staying home, too. You know, in this time,
I've gotten to know my kids a little bit better this last 5 weeks. I know more about what they're doing in homework. I know what they're doing on socials. More.
Oh, wow.
We're putting puzzles together. We're cooking. We're cleaning.
So you're the school teacher now?
They're online.
Okay, that's.
But I'm there. I'm there 10 feet away to try and answer the question they have.
Exactly. Well, it's good to see your face, man. Thanks for what you're doing out there. And, we'll see you. We'll see you at the end of this April. I'll see you on TV.
Let's do it, man. And then look forward to seeing you in person again, man.
Hey, man. Definitely. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hook 'em.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait. There we go. See you, man.
See?
McConaughey. What a good way to start this off. I am very excited for. I'll give this. This is from McConaughey. You see your clap emojis. Wonderful. So McConaughey's on the first episode of Cup of Joe. We have so many amazing people on this show. We've got, I've got Louis Capaldi in Berlin, Lewis Hamilton in Paris, Jack Black in LA, Tina Fey in New York. Two guys you might have heard of, Kevin and Nick. They are in our Barcelona episode. And the list goes on and on. We had Nicole Scherzinger in London. It's really stacked with talent. Hasselhoff in Berlin as well. And so it was such a cool thing for me to be able to go on this journey and see the world in a different light, because I've always, again, like I said earlier, been in and out of cities, but now I've actually got the time to explore them and get to know them and film this all for you guys. And so I can't wait for you to see it. So we get some good comments from Sophie. Sorry, Sophie, I'm not single. All right. Next up on the show in just a few minutes, I'm pretty excited about this one. We got my good friend. Make sure, yeah. Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen's going to be on here. He's got a new show on Quibi that he's really excited about. I tagged, you can see I pinned it. If you guys haven't gotten Quibi yet, make sure to check it out. There's a lot of good stuff on there. And I'm a little biased, but my wife's got her new show you should definitely check out. And it's really heavy and a beautiful story, ups and downs. So make sure you check it out. Okay, I think we can see if he's on here. Let me check. Might need Andy to comment something. I don't see him yet. I can read some of these comments. How's everybody? Oh, Sophie's show is incredible. I like that. Just Michelle. Appreciate that. Not that I had anything to do with it, but as Sophie's partner, we like seeing that. Donnie, what's up? Overwhelmed by technology. I know there's a lot out there, but I'll tell you what. All morning we were watching different shows and content on Quibi. There's one amazing show called Flipped, I think it is. It's like about house flippers. It's hilarious. We were dying laughing. All right, let's see if Andy's on here. I'm going to say what's up. I don't see him yet. Andy, if you're on here, write a comment so I can see. Yeah, he's got a show too. The Andy Cohen Diaries. What are some of your favorite shows on Quibi so far? I'm curious. How's Kevin doing after 13 years of him getting his text on the SOS video? Seems like he's doing okay. Oh, there he is.
Joe Jonas.
Hey! There's birds trying to fly into my house right. Did you see that?
Wow, how beautiful. Where are you?
You just let them in. It's what's up, man?
Where are you, dude?
I'm in LA.
You're in LA. Wow, it looks gorgeous, by the way.
Well, yeah, you can't. Well, it's a cloudy day, but we'll take it. Not that we're going outside.
I gotta tell you something. I've run into you and Sophie so many times at restaurants. Usually I'm 3 sheets to the wind when I run into you, but I got to tell you, I have always said that I was going to wait until I was in love to watch Game of Thrones, and I'm still not in love, but there's a quarantine and a global pandemic. So I started like 10 days ago, and I'm in the middle of season 4 now. And I'm like, the next time I run into Joe Jonas and Sophie, I'm going to fanboy so hard because I am so in love with your wife, dude.
Oh, well, she's probably watching right now, and she loves you. So it's just a love fest.
I am next level fan of your wife. Just please apologize on my behalf that I always was like, she always was lovely and wonderful. And I was like, oh, great, it's Joe and Sophie and nice. But I didn't get it, dude. And I get it now.
You get it now. I love it. So you're in the middle of season 4, you said.
I'm in the middle of season 4.
Oh, wow.
So she has escaped on the boat with that asshole. And she's escaped from...
She just commented. Sophie just commented from the other room. She said, OMG, Andy. On love heart eyes. Yeah, she's obviously...
I'm excited. And you both have Quibi shows.
We both have Quibi shows.
She has one too, but it's totally separate from yours.
Yeah, so her show is a lot darker than my show, and it's incredible. She shot it mostly in the Alps of Italy, and so I had a day or two off. I'd go up and visit, and it was just like intense conditions. She's walking in like Converse in like knee-deep like snow.
Wow.
And it's about a girl who struggles a lot with her mental health, and she's like a plane crash survivor. Right. Yeah. So I'm not going to give away too much because I don't know how much I'm allowed to say from what happens, but I think there's 3 episodes out now. I encourage everyone to watch, but just know it's a heavy show, but it's like a beautiful story. And then you have a show. I want to hear about your show.
I do.
It's so exciting.
Thank you. I'm trying to find I should have been prepared, but I wrote 2 books called, one was called The Andy Cohen Diaries, and the other one was called Superficial, More Adventures from the Andy Cohen Diaries. And basically I published 3 years of my life in diary form, and they're really lighthearted and fun. So I'm doing more Andy Cohen Diaries for Quibi, and it's animated. Wow. And it's an animated, 6-minute episodes of days of my life. So they're really funny stories, real stories that have happened in my life over the last few months. Can you give us
a sneak peek of one of the stories?
Do we?
I said, could you tell me a sneak peek?
Oh, could I give you one? Well, there's probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me on Watch What Happens Live, and it involves a huge singing star. And so I tell the story of that. And there's one that involves me on a on a hallucinogenic drug in Mexico. There's a lot of the great thing about doing an animated version of your life, you don't have to ask other famous people if they'll appear in your show. I just write down, I'm like, so there's 1 million celebrity cameos from people who have no idea that they're in my show because it's an animated show.
Right, exactly. So that's so good.
It's really fun.
Did you have anyone do, any friends do voices for other characters?
I'm the only one. So I either imitate people in my own horrible way, or they don't, or I just say, and then I said, and she said. So it's pretty cool. It's really fun.
It's really fun. And I think the short format is so interesting. I've been watching episodes of just tons of different